Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me. I am Sayukta Saxena and today's session is on Molygon. Molygon is a pattern which we have already covered earlier. I have already released a video on it, but it is one of those videos which probably is not very clear. So today I will touch upon how to draw Molygon once again, but today's style will be on the Molygon string, or what we also called as the articulated Molygon version. So I'll show you a few tiles what I'm talking about, and let's get started. First, learn how to draw the basic pattern Molygon. Arrange it like a string, or what we call articulated Molygon, and then we shall, as usual, draw a tile together using the tangle and few more others to go with it. So just to show you an example of what I am talking about, this is a tile that I had drawn earlier to show you a mingle, and this is what is Molygon. Just like a string, this arrangement of Molygon, like from in a decreasing order or an increasing order, whatever you want to say, is called articulated Molygon. Another tile that I had drawn in Brace, showcasing the pattern Brace. This is the pattern Molygon, and arrangement is articulated Molygon. So today we'll draw this pattern, and let's first learn. So I'll repeat a part of the lesson that are already done about Molygon, because the video, as I said, was not very clear that time. So Molygon is made up of these two C shapes together. So the basic stroke is the C shape, and they are just connected the same way as Bunzo. So Bunzo is also started like this only, and then all the consecutive C shapes are attached with each other, right? But that's the only difference between Bunzo and Molygon. The consecutive pairs of C shapes would not be attached with each other. So again, like Bunzo, it can move in about any direction. So there is no standard way to draw Molygon. There is no space constraint. You can maneuver it anyway, right? So it just grows. The second one will be closely orang the first one, and I am going about 3/4 of the size of the first one, and then coming back, forming another half moon, crescent moon, whatever you want to say. So again, orang this one closely and going back and forming this shape again, going back to about 3/4. So now you can again change the direction, maneuver it this way. Again, so important point is to ora closely, and then don't going the entire length of the Molygon that is drawn before, but somewhat 3/4, and then you can maneuver it anyway. It's a beautiful pattern, and most of these entangled patterns can be arranged in the form of a flower also. So now, how do we generally play around with Molygon? Again, these spaces provide you opportunities to play around, so just play with the spaces. You can also add an aura first and then add patterns inside, that's okay. Or you can add straight away. You can add orbs, very common way of embellishing your Molygon. You can add simple zigzag lines. You can add aura first, that's okay, and then you can add these zigzag lines, and then you can add these inked portions, that's okay. There's so many ways to play around. All the patterns that you know, please feel free to use it inside a Molygon. Just like any space, treat it as a reticula, a grid, and then you can play around with whatever patterns you know. So a typical way, in one of the ways in which Maria arranged her Molygon, was like this flower. So I have started like this. This is the opposite direction. Probably I'll start like this. It will be easier for me. So then again, I'm going to start here, go back, and then come back, then again start here. So what I was saying is that you can arrange these patterns, each of these patterns, like a flower also. So if you arrange Molygon like this, it will form a flower. And then you can fill up a pattern of your choice inside it. So it's just how do you go about drawing it. So I'm just going about 3/4, little more than half the size of the previous polygon. Yeah, so that's one thing to note here. So this arrangement of polygons, see, it looks like a flower, and then you can add anything inside it. So what is articulated polygon? Again, polygon arranged like this, which I showed you in my tile. So I'll start like this, and then I'll keep reducing the size like this. So closely aura, and with each consecutive shape I'm going to reduce the size and end it something like this. This arrangement of polygon is called articulated polygon, and again there are ample of spaces, ample of possibilities to play around with the inside space. Yeah, so I'll show you once again. So this is the shape, basic, just like Bunzo, two C shapes joined with each other, just that the consecutive shapes are not joined with each other. And then you go on, keep adding, and just maneuver it. Looks like some ribs or bones to me, or some dinosaur or something, I don't know. Yeah, so this arrangement is the articulated polygon. Yeah, so let's get started with today's style. So I have a Zendala in front of me, and I am going to draw a simple tile today. Just draw something for my reference, that is a heart shape. Yeah, so I'm going to draw a heart. Why I am drawing a heart, I'll tell you, because this shape is ideal for polygon string, yeah, or articulated polygon. So might as well draw a heart and use that shape to draw the polygon string. Yeah, so just with my pencil, just for reference sake, I have drawn this heart here. Yeah, and then I'm going to start with my polygon. So I'm going to draw this shape here, the seed shape. Yeah, and now get started, rotate and get started with this polygon. Yeah, so take this line as a reference and then keep reducing the size bit by bit as you approach here, right? So just small little variation in the size. Yeah, so you can see simple pattern, what a simple arrangement, change of arrangement can do to the pattern. Yeah, small ones, and finally end here. Yeah, simple to draw. So let's do the same way the other side also. So going to start like this, and again taking cue from the line, going to keep reducing the size. Yeah, so the shape is like crescent moon only, the pattern we already know. Yeah, so keep reducing the size. And we Yeah, so simple polygon string. And now we have the inside space. So let us add a fine aura inside, because I am going to add a pattern called trickles inside. So it will involve inking, so I don't want to mess around with my polygon. Yeah, so just adding a fine aura inside. Like this. Yeah, simple exercise. Now let us add the lines. So going with straight lines here, no curved lines. So Struggles is a simple pattern, a drama tangle with some straight line and orbs. So since we are using this crescent shape, why not use that inside also? So I'm going to use the same shape inside. Let's see how does it turn out. Yeah, a small little tangulation. I hope it works out well. Never tried it before. Just to build some relation with my outer tangle. Yeah, so I'm now going to switch my pen to PN and start with inking. So as we are aware, if you are new to the tangles trickles, please refer to my video and you can learn how to draw the pattern. So I'll be inking alternatively. One part will be the portion other than the moon and other part will be the moon. Yeah, so that's the method of inking. So here I have inked the section other than the moon, and in the next I will be inking the part of the moon falling in that section. Yeah, again the next one I'll be inking the entire section other than the moon. So take your time and don't haste up in inking. Enjoy the process. See the drama that it adds to your tile instantly. Yeah, so I'll go on like this. Struggles is a pattern we have already learned. So leave the section of the moon falling here and ink the rest. Yeah, and then ink this section. Yeah, ink this moon, and in the next one again ink the section. Yeah, simple exercise. So I'm done with inking my struggles. So you can see how beautiful the pattern looks like after inking, and such a simple pattern to draw. Yeah, so again switched my pen to 01 and I'm now going to deck up my polygon a bit. Yeah, so you can add any pattern of your choice, you can add any fragment. Yeah, so let us add something simple. I have drawn a V shape here, and then I am going to add auras, and then I am going to add moons on both sides, just like an owl's eye. Yeah, and then add the moon auras. Simple, like this. Yeah, so there are a whole lot of things that you can go about doing with this space. So I'm going to draw like this. So again a V shape, add auras auras inside the V shape. Add 2 moons like eyes on both sides of the V, and then simply add auras. Yeah, so I'll show you one more. V shape, add auras, add these moon shaped eyes, and then add auras. Yeah, simple. So let's do few more. The V, the auras, so spaces are small, so be patient, go slow, take your time. Again, the V shape, the auras, the eyes. Yeah, so give me a little time. So I'm almost finishing here. On the other side, these small ones don't have much scope, but yeah, whatever space you have, try putting the fragment there. Yeah, so polygon is generally shaded on the two ends. Yeah, so if this is the polygon, then I would add some graphite this two ends. Yeah, and just blend it. However, the shading can always differ depending on what have you added inside. So at times it is shaded at the edges, so depends, there is no standard way, but generally adding some graphite at the ends highlights it. Yeah, so not much scope in these, so just going to keep it simple, adding 2 dots. Yeah, so that's our polygon, articulated polygon heart. Yeah, so now we have lot of spaces left, so it is up to us what do we want to do with it. So I'll see what do we want. First let us shade it. Yeah, so probably we'll play around with the shading only and fill up the rest of the space then. Yeah, so first is the circles, so add some graphite here. You can also add on just one side, that's okay too, or you can shade, darken one side and leave one side lighter. Yeah, so there are a lot of ways to go about doing it. I'm also going to add at the edges so that the edges kind of recede. Yeah, so that's about the circles. And then polygon spaces are less, I'm just going to add some at the ends. You could have always added on this line also, yes, like this, but I don't think it will show much, so I'm just adding at the ends as I told you. Yeah, and same on the other side. So Senna is another pattern that I've used in many of my videos, but the main video where I've shown how to draw it is probably not very clear, so I may come up with a new series on Senna also. So let us now start blending. So I'm first going to blend the edges. So make sure you don't turn the entire section gray. So just blend a little, not much. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be enough. Yeah, and then blending our polygon. So just a touch of graphite is all you need, not much. Yeah, and so the other side, so you can add some graphite in this section also on the two ends. Yeah, and then just blend. Yeah, probably add a little on just one side. Yeah, so that's our polygon heart, and now let us just randomly add some aura to the heart like this. Yeah, so I'm just going to add a little thicker line so that I can pull the graphite. Yeah, and then we'll see if we need to add something more. Yeah, so now I'm going to just pull out. There's a lot on my stump already. Yeah, so just going to pull the graphite out as much as I can and blur the rest of the spaces. Yeah, so Marie also does it pretty often. It's a very nice way to shade your tile. You don't want to tangle too much on it. Yeah, the blurring of the remaining section of the tile which is empty And then if you want, you can add some enhancement. So we shall see if we want to do anything like that. So it looks nice. Just the graphite, highlighting your center. Yeah. So just soften the border. Make sure that you take away the dark graphite and just soften the border. Yeah. So there is so much graphite already on the Tautolon, so you can cover the rest of the tile with it. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are about done. So now if you want, you can add something else, probably fescues or something coming inside into, or probably, yeah. Yeah, so going with a simpler version of fescue, just random, moving in just about any direction. Yeah, flowy, brittle, delicate ones. Yeah, so I'm just going to go around like this and draw fescue all around. So looking pretty delicate like this, and I wanted that delicate look. Yeah, just follow the border and add the fescues. Yeah, so that's how our tile looks like after adding those fescues. Yeah, simple. So let me close my tile here today. So I wrote my name, put my job. Yeah, so today is 21st. So I shall meet you again with another new series. Yeah, so today's pattern was articulated Mollygone, and we also learnt and revised the basics of how to draw the Mollygone pattern. Yeah, Tangle Mollygone. So we'll meet again. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye. Take care.